ages.
No, I didn't leave that alone.
It's okay. Somebody told me I could teach a dog to sing.
Okay.
So, you know, if you want to sing and if you have that desire, I will train you.
Okay.
And matter of fact, there was a song that I just wrote called All I Want Is You. And we took a small group into the studio about 2.5 weeks ago to actually do a demo of that song. And we decided to call that small group the multi-generation, because it's the mixed generation.
All right.
And the youngest person is 8 is on the album, and the oldest person is probably 60 or 70.
Okay.
So it's definitely a big gap, but that's one of the things that we're in the process of doing, is releasing that single and getting it out there. And of course, it's some of my former students that are a part of it that decided they wanted to follow me even after they finished at Tilden. They still follow me and they still want to be a part of my life. That in itself speaks volumes, when students don't want to leave you.
Right.
And I feel good about that. I really feel happy about that. And you talked about the trips that we take with that I took with the kids. I remember one year, and it's my success story that I always tell. We had a student that went to Tilden, and none of the teachers could really understand him. That's the best way to put it.
Okay.
And they really didn't want him to be a part of the choir. They didn't want him to do anything. To me, he was a big, for those back in our day, Baby Huey. So he was playful, but I knew that even though he was a big kid, he still was
a kid.
A kid.
Right.
And so he became a part of the choir, and we went to Chicago that year, and he wanted to go. And they didn't want him to go, and they said the only way he would go is if he could get somebody that was an adult to go with him. So we found his older sister went with us. And we had an opportunity to talk that 15 hours on the bus, and he talked about how he didn't want to be like this. His mother was sick, he had a brother in jail, and he wanted to be somebody. And he just felt like it was these obstacles in front of him, but I encouraged him that whole trip. To make a long story short, he ended up graduating from Tilden. He went to a very good high school. He ended up being on the choir there because the principal would call me and ask me if I had any students that I wanted to send to her school. And he went there. He ended up being a part of the choir. He ended up being the captain of the football team and graduated valedictorian.
Okay.
And ended up in the Marines. So that's a success story.
Right.
You know, because this is somebody that I could have given up on like everybody else, but I saw something in him, and I saw potential, and I saw that little bit of good in him where he could be somebody if somebody just gave him the chance.
Right.
And I wanted to
yeah, I think it's very important that we never give up on students. In fact, my success story was about 2 years later. I was teaching high school, and I had a 9th grader, and he used to give it to me every day. The days I wasn't at school, he would draw pictures of me on the board.
Oh, wow.
And when I came in the morning, I'd be like, oh my gosh, he was thinking about me yesterday. So one day, he was in 9th grade, it was about 2 years later, so he'd been like a junior. I was in Center City, and I saw him, and he hadn't seen me yet. So I was trying to be invisible because, you know, I don't play out in the streets, okay? So he runs up to me, he said, hey, Mr. Miller, how you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm at Drexel Pre-Law, and, you know, he got it together, and, you know, I've been blessed to be able to follow him on Facebook and all. You know, he's a great father and a great person, but originally I had written him off. You know, I had in my mind, I had said, okay, the next time I read about this person,
it won't be good.
Right, it won't be good. So it's definitely important to keep an open mind. Now, one of the reasons why we wanted you to come on the Conscious Party show is so that people could support your GoFundMe efforts. You do a lot of good work, but the reason you started the page, there was something that happened. I'm going to kind of let you tell.
Well, because I use the equipment that I purchased myself in both places, I kind of transported back and forth. So when I left church, I had the audio equipment in the car, the cables, the tripod, my 2 trumpets, and a number of other things in my trunk. And I got a big bang at the door 1 o'clock in the morning, and I started not to answer, but I'm glad I did. It was one of my neighbors who had seen my bowling equipment sitting on the sidewalk, and he thought it was kind of strange. Well, someone broke into my car. They didn't take the bowling equipment, but they took all the necessary equipment that I need to run my programs between the church and between the school. And it's expensive equipment, and it's hard to come by. I mean, some of those items are things that I bought a little bit at a time, and when I got more money together, I would buy something else. and to build up the repertoire. So it hurts that you don't have this equipment, and I really felt funny sitting in church not able to really effectively do the video ministry like I do. And we have a program that I started in the school called I Am My Brother's Keepers Project, and we videotape the kids as they're going through the process. They're in the process of writing their own book behind that, so it's basically based on their experiences. So we have an 8th grade class and a 5th grade class that work on this project. So because of that, that's put on hold for right now until I can gather up enough equipment to really get that part rolling again.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put your GoFundMe address under here so that people can contribute, you know, not just to replace the equipment, but also to support some of the trips and some of the other things that she does provide a lot for the youth. Okay, so I want to thank you for coming on to the Conscious Party Show.
I appreciate you having me.
Definitely appreciate it, and we look forward to talking to you again.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
I'm Steve. Do you like what you're seeing? Would you like your message as part of the Conscious Party Show? Well, send us your information at theconsciousparty@gmail.com.